welcome to today's intervention, which is reminding us how to use a written method for division. Now, if you're still a bit worried or concerned about why this division method works, we do have other videos on our YouTube channel which show you how it relates to physical concrete objects. So this intervention is purely focused on the written method. Right, I'm going to start by doing a couple of examples, and then we'll do another few examples where I pause, you have a go and come back for the answer, and then you can have some practice at the end. So let's start with this then. All of our calculations today are going to have 5 as the divisor. So we're going to have different dividends, but our divisor is always going to be 5 because I hope you all know your 5 times table, so we won't be scrabbling around trying to find multiplication facts and we can focus on the method. Next time we'll move on to looking at some different divisors. So we're going to be using our 5 times table a lot today. All right, so division is unlike all of the other operations in that we start with the biggest number regarding place value. So we've got 655 here. We're going to divide it by 5 and we start with the 600s. So I'm just going to put an orange circle around here to show you that we're dealing with the hundreds. We've got 600s. How many of those hundreds can we share into 5 equal groups? Well, our 5 times table, obviously 5. 10 is too many, so it's got to be 5, which would be 1 in each group, because 5 divided by 5 is 1, which leaves us 100 left. Now I'm going to put that there, and that's the hundreds done. Now we're going to go on to the tens. Now that 100 down there could be 100, but it could be 10 tens. So it's going to stay in the tens part, and it's going to join the 5 that we've already got. So we've now got 10 tens and 5 tens, giving us 15 tens, okay? So we've got 15. We need to think which multiple of 5 is the closest that doesn't go past 15. So 15 is 3 lots of 5. So 15 is the closest multiple. And because 15 divided by 5 is 3, we put that 3 there. And there's none left, so we don't have to take any into the ones. Okay, now the ones, there weren't any 10s left to exchange, so we've just got the 5 ones we started with. How many of them can we share out? Well, all 5 of them, because 5 is in the 5 times table. 5 divided by 5 is 1 in each group, and we haven't got any left, so that's where we stop. So 655 divided by 5 is 131. Okay, let me do another one before we start to have a practice. So I'm going to use the same colours. So we're going to start with the hundreds. Remember, our divisor is still going to be 5. So we've got 2 hundreds, and we need to split those 2 hundreds into 5 equal groups. Well, I know that the first multiple of 5 is 5, so we're not going to be able to do that, so we can't do any of them. So I'm going to put a 0 to remind me that I haven't shared any out. And I'm going to take those 200s down into the tens. So we haven't got any so far. I'm then going to move on to my tens. Now I've already got 200s, which is 20 tens, and I had 5 to start with. So I've now got 25 tens. How many of those can be shared equally by 5? Well, 25 is in the 5 times table, so we can share all of those equally. And 25 divided by 5 is 5. And there's none left to transfer to the ones. So we've just got the 7 ones that we started with. There they are. How many of those can we share out? Well, 5. And 5 divided by 5 is 1. But we do have 2 left. But because we finished, those 2 become a remainder. So 257 divided by 5 is 51, remainder 2. Okay, let's do another one. This time I will put it up. I want you to have a go and then I will go through it. Okay, so let's do 375 divided by 5. Now, you should automatically spot that it's going to have no remainder because it ends in 5. It's going to be a multiple of 5. Okay, right, have a go and we'll come back with the answer. Right, let's start with our hundreds. 3 hundreds. I can't share any of them out. I haven't got enough. So I'm going to stop my hundreds there. And I have to keep them. I can't just forget about those hundreds. They have to come down here. So I had 300s. I've spent 0. I've still got 3. Okay. Now I'm going to go on to my tens. So I've got those 3 there ready. And then I've got 7. So I've got 37 tens. Now my 5 times table, I know that 37 isn't going to go into 5 because it doesn't end in a 5 or 0. 35 would though. 40 would be too many. I've only got 37. So 35 is where I'm going to stop. And then 35 divided by 5 gives you 7 in each group. Okay, that's my tens done. But I've still got 2 because I had 37. I shared out 35. I've got 2 left. So they're going to have to be exchanged into ones. Those 2 tens will become 21s. And they'll go with these 5 ones like this. And I've got 25 ones now. And I know that 25 shares equally between 5. 25 shared between 5 is 5. So 375 divided by 5 is 75. Right, let me give you another one. You can pause and have a go at. So let's do 734 divided by 5. Pause the video and have a go. Right, let's start with our hundreds then. So we've got 700s. I can share 5 of those hundreds out. So notice this number is always, the bottom number is always a multiple of 5 because that's how many you can split equally into 5s. 5 divided by 5 is 1. That's my hundreds finished, but I've still got 2 left. So they'll become tens. They'll go with these tens. So I've now got 23 tens. So this number is going to be a multiple of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25 is too far, so I can share 20 of them out. And 20 divided by 5 is 4. And I had 23. I've spent 20. I've got 3 left. And those 3 become 31s. And I put them with these 4 ones. Okay, so multiples of 5, 30. Which is 30 divided by 5 is 6, which means I've got 4 left, which becomes my remainder. Okay, let's do another couple. Okay, so hopefully you're getting a little bit more confident as we go along. Let's have a look at this one then. Can you do for me 814 divided by 5? Okay, so hundreds first. I've got 800s. I can share 5 of them out. And 5 divided by 5 would be 1 in each group. I had 8. I used 5. I've still got 3. They become tens. And they join this 10 that we started with to give us 31 tens. 30 is my nearest multiple of 5 before I get to 31. 30 divided by 5 is 6. And I had 31. I used 30, I've got 1 left. So that 1 becomes 10, that 110 becomes 10 ones, goes with those 4 ones. 10 is my closest multiple of 5 before 14. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And I've got 4 left, which becomes my remainder. Okay, we're going to do one more like that, and then you can have some practice time. So please, could you do for me 389 divided by 5. Right, hundreds first. Now I haven't got even 5, so I can't do that one. So straight away those are going to come into my tens. And they're going to be 30 tens with those 8 tens. So it's 38 tens. My nearest multiple of, my nearest multiple of 5 is not 38, it's 35. 35 divided by 5 is 7. And I had 38, I used 35, which means I've got 3 tens left. I'm going to use those 3 tens and bring these 9 down. So I've got 39 ones. 35 is my closest multiple of 5 before 39. 35 divided by 5 is 7. And I have 4 left again. So I have a remainder of 4. So 389 divided by 5 is 77. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is use your digit cards to generate a 3-digit number and then divide it by 5. So it's any number, divide it by 5, do the calculation and then get an adult to check it and then keep practicing, and hopefully you will get more and more confident as time goes on. Next time we'll look at using divisors other than 5.